Please welcome your next performer, ladies and gentlemen, Ainslie Heilich.
How many of you have seen the movie National Treasure? Well, this story is a little like that, only with significantly less Nicolas Cage. It all begins 3.5 years ago. My partner Laura and I purchased an old 2-story brick building in downtown Tuscola. We knew from the start that it once housed an Oddfellows Lodge. All we knew is that they were a group, sort of like the Masons. The color portion is what we own. The black and white we don't. On the outside of the building, it's rather plain, but on the inside, specifically on the second floor, it's got a lot of Victorian charm with the patterned tin ceilings and transom windows above the doors. But the layout of the rooms is rather peculiar. Several of them do not have any windows. For example, the small room where members would knock on a door and give a password before entering the large meeting hall. I'm guessing that it was only gaslit back then when it was built in the 1890s, so I have fun imagining what it must have been like back then to go into the small, dimly lit room only to give a secret password and through a peephole. This is where my obsession began. Who were the Oddfellows? What happened to them? Are they still around? What were their secret rituals and what did their symbols mean? I knew it wouldn't be something as sinister as the conspiracy theories surrounding the Illuminati, but it was real and it was in my home. Laura and I were chatting with a guy that lived in our building back like 20 years ago, and he said that there was some old stuff stashed up in a crawl space. So we immediately went home and grabbed the tallest ladder we could find. Once we removed some of the ugly 70s acoustic tile, we knew we'd found something. We could see it through the open lath where the plaster had fallen in long ago. I went up through this hatch and started tossing item after item down to Laura. When we were done, we found 23 sashes, 4 hats, and a ceremonial torch. Why had they hidden these things up in the crawl space? Further research revealed that Tuscola Lodge number 316 was opened June 6, 1865, and it closed April 9, 1953. A retired local judge contacted us with another treasure from our building. This golden plaster angel shelf had been given to him by a previous owner of our home. We were thrilled to have a small piece of our building's history back. It's pretty cool, so. Another item that I was able to replace was this missing brass peephole cover. Thanks, eBay. It was an awesome moment to see how it lined up perfectly with the opening cut in the door. It was like something straight out of a Dan Brown book. So I started researching the Independent Order of Oddfellows, and I found out more about their history. The order started in like the late 1700s, excuse me. It was an altruistic fraternity in England, and then it came to the United States in 1819. Their main symbol is the 3 links representing friendship, love, and truth. Their name came from the fact that it was considered odd at the time to give aid to those in need beyond your immediate relatives. Social welfare programs and insurance weren't around at this time, so men joined fraternal orders like this as a form of crowdfunding benefits. They became more organized, and so did their vision: to visit the sick, relieve the distressed, bury the dead, and educate the orphan. In Illinois, the Oddfellows collectively fund their children's home in Lincoln and nursing home Mattoon, and then whatever else you want to donate to. The order founded many cemeteries and orphanages. By the late 1800s, there were more members in the Oddfellows than any other fraternity, including the Masons. In their peak, just before World War I, there were over 1,000 lodges in Illinois alone. Now, there's only around 55 left. It kind of fell into decline because of social welfare programs and Social Security and just kind of shifting, social tides. All the traces that are left of this once large organization can be found in any town. If you just look up, you'll find the letters IOOF on one of the buildings. We like to go around and take pictures of old lodges, and we found out that there was an active lodge 20 minutes from our town, and we went and took pictures, and we found this awesome little sign: Country Western Line Dance every Saturday night. So we went to one of the line dances and went up the stairs, and there's a little 2-man band playing, and next thing we know, Laura's being taught how to line dance, and somehow a guitar is thrust into my hands, and I'm playing along to some Johnny Cash tune that I don't know the chords to. We met Jerry that night. He was the head guy, and he said that young folks don't want to join the lodges anymore because there's no drinking in the lodge. we didn't mind that. So we both turn in our applications and we show up to our first meeting hoping to finally learn what this is all about. Things didn't go quite as we expected. The next members to us, closest in our age, they're 30 years older than us. Most of them are in their 70s to 90s. What were their secrets? Where's the mystery revealed? Finally, after a year, we finally got to learn some of the secrets and the rituals and went through an initiation, and it was really fun. We actually got to do some secret society stuff. That was a year ago. We're still trying to figure out our place in the lodge. Now I've been elected into a position as the vice grand. I'm the second in command. The coolest thing I can tell you about our lodge is the skeleton that lives under the pool table. Now, I can't tell you what the skeleton is for, but as you can see, it's really cool and it was really real. Another cool thing that we found was this really cool Victorian painted all-seeing eye that they have that stashed away in a storage room. Laura and I think all the old symbolism is really cool, but all the other members just kind of shake their heads at us. They prefer their post-meeting ice cream and cake to skeletons and creepy eyes. Even though I finally found the answers to many of my questions, I still hunger for more. There seems to be such a mystery to the Oddfellows of the past that I haven't found yet. I keep collecting these old items because they really capture a certain feeling of nostalgia and duty that fraternal organizations once held. Am I holding on to something that just doesn't exist anymore? Perhaps I am. I keep holding on to hope that someday I can find it, and until then, I'll keep looking. Thank you.